I'd like you to do yourself a favor. I want you to imagine for a moment that you were just going through your spouse's drawers and you found a prescription medication, say Xanax, extreme milligram, and they didn't tell you about it. And to your knowledge, you had no idea they were taking it, they needed it, it was even in the drawer. What I'd like you to do is sit for a moment and write down all the reasons you think your partner would be taking this. Too many, Xanax relaxes you. Too many, Xanax gives you a state of euphoria. Too many, Xanax numbs you, distracts. Write down all the reasons you believe your partner would be taking this. Is it because they're overwhelmed with a loss? They're overwhelmed with job responsibilities? Did they just have a baby and they're overwhelmed? Do they suffer from low self-esteem? You don't have to like, love, agree, anything with your list, but write down your list. Why do you think they'd be taking this medication? Why do you think they'd be taking any medication that gives them a state of euphoria, that basically makes them almost forget the life they have in certain areas? Okay, now what I want you to do is replace that medication, replace Xanax, with the name of your partner's affair partner. And if you don't have the name or you don't want to say the name, just replace that with your partner's behavior or their affair. Now, I know what you're thinking. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, the two aren't the same. And you're right, in a lot of ways they're not. Betrayal feels extremely personal. I mean, a lot of people deal with being overwhelmed with different things. You know, sometimes they gamble, sometimes they smoke, sometimes they yell and hit and abuse, and other people handle it very horrifically by having affairs or sexually acting out outside the relationship. So absolutely, I get it. But the underlying issue is somebody was trying to numb, avoid, distract, escape, and that's the same exact thing a drug does. And what I want you to do is, number one, realize it had nothing to do with you, number one. Number two, you are not at fault for it. And number three, if you could for a second think, you know what? I don't agree with what they did. It was disgusting. It was horrific. It was intolerable. It was unacceptable. It was childish. It was devastating. It was earth-shattering. It was dangerous. And I agree with all of those. Looking at this list, I can understand why they took a drug, aka why they were wound up in an affair. Again, this isn't to excuse, isn't to justify, isn't to rationalize. It's because you deserve healing, you deserve peace, and I want you to look at this logically. And when we're upset, our nervous system is completely hijacked and we can't look at situations logically. So I want you to look at this logically. Write down all the reasons you think your partner would have to take an extreme mind-altering drug, then replace it with their behavior, and hopefully it gives you a little sense of peace and understanding.